Today, I am reaching out to my seekers of productivity. That is one of my favorite words, one of my favorite things, and happiness. As an entrepreneur, as a motivational speaker, I have really come to find that in order to move forward in life, for finding that successful path and that path of joy, many times we need to step backwards and find out what distractions are holding us back. So today, I just want to share with you some reasons why limiting distractions is so important to finding that centered and grounded place where you can be highly productive and be happy. And I have to add this because every time I talk about happiness, I also want to say that place of joy is just as important, and happiness and joy are a little bit different. First of all, I want to talk about focused energy. Focused energy could also mean presence. So whether I am closing a real estate transaction, attending an inspection, sitting at a meeting at my kids' school, or even at the dinner table with my children, having that focus of energy is so important. And this has to be done by finding that presence. You have to be able to control your mind. And your mind is just full of distractions. So to limit those distractions, the first thing is you have to become aware of them. Once you can become aware of those thoughts and those distractions, then you have the ability to focus your energy and your presence and be there in every moment for what you're going through. Next is quality over quantity. And I feel like I probably could argue this with people till the cows come home, but multitasking does not benefit anyone. You can be very proud. I've even been very proud at times in my life when I've juggled so many things and been multitasking. But what I have come to realize being an entrepreneur, being a mother of teenage girls, is that when you multitask, something's not getting 100% of your attention. So yes, you can be multitasking 5 things, but that means each thing is maybe getting 20% of your focus and your energy. So limiting distractions, the biggest part is figuring out when you're multitasking. Be all in what you're doing, and what you will find is that eliminates the distractions, and you can have this laser focus that ultimately will get you through all those tasks much quicker, much more productive, and bring that sense of happiness because you're not in a state of chaos. Distractions can really steal your precious time and become a hindrance. So one thing you've got to do to limit those distractions is really focus on one thing at a time. We talked a little bit about multitasking, but you also have to be productive in what you're doing and make sure that what you're doing, you have a joy about it, you have some passion around it. If you are stressed out and you are feeling that you just cannot get yourself in a mode to be highly productive, take a break. Stop, take a 5-minute walk around the block, drive around in your car, put your headphones on and listen to a couple of your favorite songs, but take a moment to step away from what you're doing, find that sense of balance, and then put yourself back into that situation. So what you're doing is limiting those distractions. When you're sitting there and you can't focus and you're in that state of multitask chaos, it's just piling and piling on top of each other. What you've got to do is be aware, stop yourself, step out of the situation, and then come back in and focus on the task at hand and what needs to be done. And this is one of my favorite things that I've had to learn through the years of being in the hustle and bustle of life of an entrepreneur and as a mother of teenagers, but this is mindful living. You can only live from your mind and have mindful living if you've limited those distractions. Most of our distractions come from our mind. So being in control of your mind, being in control of your mindset, being in control of who you hang out with, what type of environments you put yourself in really affects whether or not you can live mindfully. So if you want to find that joy, find happiness in life, and be more productive, you've got to find that state of presence and live mindfully. When you live mindfully and you let the distractions flow out, there's so much beauty in this world. I have found myself hearing birds chirping and seeing flowers that I walked past year after year and didn't even really know existed because I was so in my head and so distracted. And so finding that place of presence brings mindful living. This is a journey of internal choices. I have seen firsthand how Having a catalyst to happiness and productivity has come from limiting distractions. So I'm going to challenge you today. Catch yourself. Be aware. What is distracting you? What is taking you away from the present moment? And just see what happens if you do it today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day. And after 5 days, 10 days, you're going to start to form that habit, and your mind will be changing. You'll be living mindfully, and you will find yourself in a much more productive and happy state of mind.